Hello and welcome back. So today I'm focusing on letter recognition. So just letters and their sounds. I'm not going to go into CVC words today just because I realized how many different fun activities there are with just learning your letters. And a lot of you starting in preschool or kindergarten or preschool, you want these activities for home. They're so great. So anyway, I wanted to start off with this box. I'm linking on my page where I got these really cute they're foam magnetic letters, and they come in lowercase and uppercase. These are all lowercase. I'm just realizing I have 2 boxes of them. I made one box of just lowercase for my kids when they want to write because we hardly ever use uppercase letters. My other one has some uppercase letters in it. But anyway, I got one of these boxes. It's like a jeweler box from Michael's. They were super cheap. I got 2 of them, and then I divided them up into letters. I love to keep the vowels at the top, okay? So that I have easy access to them. And I always tell my kids where they are so that they have easy access to them as well, especially when they're creating CVC words. So I do A-E-I-O-U at the top, then each one shares a box. So C and B, D and F, H and G, K, J. L has its own because M is big and it gets its own. P, N, Q, R, T, S. Then I have enough boxes that I do V and W is big, and then this side is X, Y, Z because we hardly ever use X, Y, and Z. So that's why they're over there. Anyway, these are great for magnetic boards or whiteboards. I have a magnetic whiteboard, which is the best because I can put them on here. And I usually like to make the vowel a different color. Let's make cat so that the kids always recognize that that's a vowel. I hardly ever use all the same color when I'm writing with them because I really want them to emphasize their vowels. Anyway, we're not going to go over CVC today. That'll be next time. But you can use these for letter recognition. They can get out the letters and say C, K, A, A, T, T. So those are my magnetic letters. You can use them a lot of different ways around the house, on your fridge, whatever you'd like to do. Whiteboards are great because you can always just erase. I also like those Etch-a-Sketches that have like the magnetic pen that goes around and then you swipe across and it erases it. I used to have one of those, but I left it in my classroom. So anyway, whiteboards are great for letter recognition, especially when I'm asking a child to create a letter. I'll say, show me a C, and they'll do a C. And usually if I'm having them write letters, I also do this with sight words, I have them say the sound along with it. So if I say, please write M, and say as you do it. M, M, M. Another great resource is this. All it is a really cheap cooking tray for the oven, and they're magnetic. They're great. And so something that I have is seriously so easy. Printed off a page of lowercase letters, and then I printed off a page of uppercase letters, and I just taped them down here, and I put little magnetic strip, I just cut it up on the back of these, and then they just put the uppercase letter with the lowercase letter, the capital letter with the lowercase letter. And I have kids that are struggling with their letters. I'll just throw all these out in the middle, and I'll say, okay, find F, and then they'll find F, and they put it where it belongs. This worked great. I had 2 little girls that were Spanish. They were English language learners, and the alphabet was really hard for them. When I would work with them one-on-one, I would throw them all out there, and they would take turns trying to find the capital to the lowercase, and I'd ask them to say the sound and the letter's name. So I'd be like, okay, what's this one? And they'd be like, A, A. And I'm like, can you find the capital? And they'd go, A, A. So that's how I use this magnetic board. It's also really fun to make words with. This is in my word work centers a lot of the time, and it's individual work for first graders, but younger can definitely have help. And they just sit here and make words like all day long. Sometimes I give them a list and then they make the words over and over. So still using my magnetic trays. Again, I have so many of these. One of my students was using this, so I just kept it on there because I thought it was cute. These are the cutest letters. They were from Target, literally, I think it was $2 in the dollar section. And I love that they have these pictures on them. All of them have a picture of what they are so they can remember rocket, rocket, goldfish, bulb, dinosaur. Anyway, so they're great for just practicing letters and finding out the sound matching the letter. She wrote her name, Gracie, and then she started to do the alphabet, which I kept on here. One girl was confused with her M and W. She mixed them up, but she saw that this had a watermelon on it, so she knew that it was W. I don't know if they still sell them at Target. I couldn't find a link, but keep an eye out for them, especially in August. They have a bunch of stuff like this, but I just think they're so cute. Some super easy things you can just print off at home. I don't have them linked, but I went on Teachers Pay Teachers. You can even just go on to Google and just print off free printables. These ones are so fun, just for random days. This one says, follow the alphabet maze to find the letter I, and all they do is color in all the I's. So they go down all the I's and they keep following it and only do I. And it gets to the end. But I have this for all the vowels and other letters too. This one, even my first graders still find this fun. They just roll the dice, and then whatever number they get, they read those letters. So I'll just hear them in the background. This is a great individual activity. And they'll go WERTYUHZXV. I have kids, and if they think it's boring, I say, ooh, see how fast you can read your letters, like how quickly you get them. And they're like, oh, it's a challenge, and they'll try to read them super fast. I also like that this one is uppercase and lowercase. I am a big believer in making sure even the young kids see both uppercase and lowercase letters. A lot of the times, people will just show uppercase letters when teaching letters. And the hard part is kids will start to write in uppercase letters, and we hardly ever use uppercase letters unless it's the beginning of a sentence or a proper noun. So try to show as much lowercase letters as you can. The last thing I wanted to show you is these are my trace cards. I personally can't share these. I'm going to try to work on making some of these in the future. I just don't have the program yet. But I recommend getting some. I even wrote on them so that kids, when I make them, I want to have arrows to help the children learn. We'll also talk about this in early writing, but these are really fun to practice saying the letter and its name. So like B, 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 B. You can trace them just like this, but the great thing about tracing cards is you can make it really fun. I have baggies of sprinkles, but there's also gel, and I have sand trays on there. Lots of different ways to trace. This one's not my favorite because it's really hard to see the letters through it. The best way to use sprinkles is to have the card above and then have the child trace it in the sprinkles. X. And then they can shake it back up, and it's really fun. But my favorite is gel. I don't have gel to show right now, but it's my favorite way to use it because you can dye it and then with food coloring, and then you can put it behind the baggie, the letter, and they can see through it. You can use fingers, but you can also use the eraser of a pencil or a paintbrush. Those are all the activities I have right now. The rest are on my website, so go ahead and check that out.